All right, everybody, what do you get when you cross a cockroach with a big lighter? That's what we're here to find out. Okay, today we're taking a look back at 1975's Bug. Really, it should have been called Bugs. I mean, honestly, there's like, millions of them in it, so why it's called Bug, as in the singular, I don't know. But before we go any further and look into this thing, as always, to the trailer. And by the way, I love trailers like this. They don't make the ones where somebody just narrates over the top of them anymore. I don't know why they don't do that. I used to love that, you know what I mean? In a small town in the middle of Texas. That kind of shit. Why they don't do it, I don't know. Anyway, to the trailer.
It was a day like any other. The air hung heavy with the heat. Then it happened. A crack in the land that reached to the very bowels of the earth itself, spitting out the fires of hell. And the gleaming black bug that had no eyes and looked like a rock. It traveled in the exhaust pipes of cars, making fire, killing, and infesting the land with a burning terror. Wherever you turned, the bug was waiting, ready to grasp you in its soul-chilling grip of terror, to push you beyond human endurance, and leave you in a state of blood-boiling fear that will drag you to the brink of your sanity. One man was determined to learn its secrets, to discover how it grew and what it needed to survive.
The Parmiters will eat only raw meat, any kind.
At first, it ate only ashes, but now it needed meat, and it would get that meat from whatever source it could. It was a creature from hell, and nothing could stop it. The bug lives. The bug grows. The ordinary becomes the extraordinary as the bug brings you the ultimate experience in terror. A terror so real, it will make your skin crawl, your heart pound, and your soul scream for release from the bug. You won't live alone if you live at all when the bug comes to your house.
Okay, this little gem was directed by Jeannot, Szwarc. And that's as close as I'm ever going to get to pronouncing his name right. I could never say it before right, and I'm never going to be able to say it now right. It's just the way it goes. But beyond directing tons and tons and tons and tons of TV work, he's actually done some really, really, really good motion pictures. I mean, he did Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeve, which is just awesome. He did It Takes a Thief and Enigma and Santa Claus the Movie and a giant piece of shit that we all remember called Supergirl. But more than anything, he directed Jaws Part 2. Now, say what you will about any of the Jaws sequels, because they're all shit compared to the original. But if any of them came close to trying to capture the vibe, the look, the style of the original, it was Part 2. And he deserves some props for that. Okay, playing James was Bradford Dillman. Now, I love Bradford Dillman. I was actually going to review Piranha just because he was in that. And then I said, wait a minute, why don't I just do Bug? It's just a little bit more off the beaten path. I'll get to Piranha later. Anyway, as I just said, he was in the legendary Piranha, the one from the 70s, not that piece of shit they made a few years ago. He was in the legendary Piranha. He was also in things like The Swarm and One Away and, God, The Enforcer with Clint Eastwood. And the Lincoln Conspiracy, and the Iceman Cometh, and he was on TV, like things like Bonanza and Wonder Woman. So who can't love that? Bradford Dillman, legendary, been around forever, is what it is, just the way it goes. Let's keep going. Playing Carrie was Joanna Miles. Now, she's in another movie I will review at one point or another. A movie that is so awesome, I don't even know how to put it into words. It is called The Ultimate Warrior with Yul Brynner. Fucking amazing motion picture. But she was in other things too. She was in stuff like Cross Creek and Blackout in TV shows like Star Trek The Next Generation, and St. Elsewhere, and Barnaby Miller, and The Hulk. And she was even on ER at one point or another. So, long career, been in a lot of shit. She was in this. That's all we care about. Okay, playing Gerald was Richard Gilliland. Now, been around a long time. You know the face more than you'll ever know the name. But he was in some cool shit, man. He was in Stay Hungry. He was in The White Buffalo. Tons of TV work. You know, Marcus Welby and Streets of San Francisco and Hotel and St. Elsewhere and Murder, She Wrote and Party of Five and Crossing Jordan. So, big career, long career, been around, did his thing. Who cares? Let's keep going. We got more people to cover. Okay, playing Norma was Jamie Smith Jackson. Hey, not much of a career. Not going to try to jazz it up. Not going to try to make it sound more interesting than what it was. Not much of a career, folks. But she did some shit on TV, and she did this. So, what can you say? But she was in stuff like Cannon and Barnaby Miller, in The Rookies, and Harry O. If anybody remembers any of those shows, if you're my age, you probably do. If you're younger, you probably don't. Just the way it goes. Is what it is. Let's keep going. Okay, playing Mark was Alan Fudge. Big TV career. Not as a star, but as a face that you'd see all the time. He was in a bunch of shit on television. He was in stuff like MASH and The Rookies and Barnaby Jones and Wonder Woman, Trapper John MD, and everybody's classic, way forgotten gem or piece of shit, depending on how you look at it, The Man from Atlantis with Patrick Duffy. Long since forgotten. I don't think you can find a rerun of that fucking thing anywhere on this civilized earth at this point. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay, playing Tom was Jesse Vint, another face that you'll recognize with a name that means nothing to you. Comes from my era, way back in the day, did a bunch of TV work. I mean, he was in a load of shit. He was on stuff like Matlock and the A-Team and Heart to Heart and Emergency. But he also did movies. I mean, he popped up in some shit like Silent Running and Pigs and Earthquake and Death Sport with David Carradine and Bobby Joe and the Outlaw with Wonder Woman herself. So, out there, did a bunch of shit, had a good career, got constant work, and really, if you're an actor, I guess it's all that fucking matters. As long as you're working and paying your bills, you're a success. Okay, finally playing Sylvia was Patty McCormack. Now, she was kind of like a child star. She was in that movie way back, The Bad Seed. But she went on to do some other stuff, mostly television work. She was in stuff like Hotel and Dallas and Emergency and Love Boat and ER and Murder, She Wrote. Just the normal cannon fodder that everybody popped up on TV back in the day did. You know what I'm talking about. If you've seen these guys, they all just rotated through the same fucking circle of shit. Is what it is. Was what it was. Let's get going to the story. Yes, to the story. Go to the story. Yes, to the story. Okay, folks, I'm going to keep this to 90 seconds or less, as I always promise you that I will. There's a little teeny-weeny town, and the movie starts off in this little teeny-weeny town, and in this little teeny-weeny town, there is a church. And everybody's at church one day, and all of a sudden, a massive earthquake hits. I mean, it goes on for quite a while. It decimates the church. Special effects were pretty good in this scene, actually, for what it was. Anyway, this earthquake opens up a fissure in the ground. People don't realize it at first. People don't understand it at first, but from that fissure in the ground come a bunch of little teeny bugs. And these little teeny bugs have a talent. They rub their little legs together and turn into big lighters and set shit on fire all over the place. So now you got the town burning, you got people burning, you got all kinds of shit burning, and everything goes crazy. But these little bastards have a little flaw. Oh, they're not really pressurized that well to our atmosphere, and they just start dying. Well, a brief professor starts doing some experiments to see if these things can mate with normal cockroaches, to see if they can grow into a new species. And what does he do? Fucking idiot creates a new species that's actually worse than what was. That's all I need to tell you. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to go on. Just watch the movie. You'll have fun. Okay, everybody, why do I love this motion picture? Well, do I love this motion picture? Yeah, I kind of do. I really, really like it. I enjoy it. The first act is, I think, much stronger than the second act. The first act is like all the shit breaking loose, the town burning, the people dying, all kinds of crazy shit taking place. The second act seems to turn into almost like a one-man show where Bradford Dillman is basically gone fucking insane and he's living in a house in the middle of nowhere trying to mutate these things. And it goes from feeling like this apocalyptic type flick to a one-man drama trapped in a room. And that was kind of the letdown of the motion picture. I guess it still is building towards an apocalyptic thing, but it goes from seeing things on a bigger scale and then seeing them on a smaller scale. That was the only thing that I would really say is a negative of this motion picture. But the directing is rock solid. The acting is rock solid. The look is it's just really well shot. And the music to it isn't overbearing. It really only comes in at those moments when the spiders are in there. During everything else, earthquakes, everything, it's actually kind of silent, which makes it actually more entertaining. I like movies that do that kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? This motion picture, if you like things like Empire of the Ants and Kingdom of the Spiders and Them and all that kind of shit, you are going to love this motion picture. Is it as well done as all of them? Maybe, maybe not. But is it as enjoyable? Maybe, maybe not. But is it enjoyable in and of its own rights? 110% most definitely. It really does get criminally overlooked or forgotten. I don't know why. People seem to forget Bug even goddamn took place. What that reasoning is, I don't know. I mean, they'll talk about Piranha, they'll talk about Food of the Gods, they'll talk about Kingdom of the Spiders, and Bug just seems to kind of fly under the radar and not really land in the same swimming pool as the rest of those motion pictures. But as much as a movie like Dogs, which I reviewed a while ago, this thing is out there. It's worth a look. It's worth a watch. Everything in it makes it worth your time. No doubt about it. Okay, folks, everybody be good, stay happy, stay safe, take care of each other, and more than anything, never take any bullshit from anybody. Until next time, peace.